Hi again then guys, and so we've got something a little bit different today. We've gone back in time to one of our older Gran Turismo games for a nostalgic tune, and as you'll have seen from the title, this is a pretty high-speed tune for the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak Special. And this tune allows the car to hit around 305, 306 miles per hour with NOS. It'll do around 240 without it. It's kind of all over the place though as far as acceleration because the car is very skittish. The top speed though is capable of well over 300, as I said, with NOS. Now, you want qualifying tyres to get the best possible grip. We have fitted NOS and you want that set to full power. Stage 4 turbo, it doesn't really matter about the brake balance. For your driving aids, you want them all turned completely off so that the computers aren't working against the car. For your suspension, you want your springs as hard as possible, the ride height as high as possible on the front, as low as possible on the back, the dampers as low as possible all round, camber on 0, neutral toe, and for the stabilizers as low as possible on the front and as high as possible on the back. For the gearbox, you want an auto setting as high as possible, up to 25, then individual gears of 5, 3.2, 2.2, 1650, 1.3 and 1075 with a final drive of 2050. As far as downforce, you want the front as low as possible, the rear as high as possible, and for our diff you want the lowest possible settings on the front, and for torque and acceleration as high as possible on the back, and the lowest for deceleration. As far as the centre diff, you want it set on 10, so you've got 90% of the torque going to the back of the car and no ballast whatsoever. And also you of course want to remember to give the car an oil change as well to get the full 1124 horsepower. So that's it overall for the mechanical setup. Now let's take it out to the test course to prove that top speed. Now, I would recommend using a manual gearbox for this particular tune because in order to actually get over 300 you need to get the car up into 6th gear. If it doesn't do that, or if you don't do that, it takes too long to get it up into 6th. So, once you get it up into 6th, slap on the NOS, and as you can see, the speed piles on ridiculously quickly. Over 300, the NOS doesn't last all that long, so this is best really for drags. But still, extremely rapid. As I said, you can get it up around 305. If you hit the NOS at the right time, you can even get it up around 306, and even for, say, a fraction of a second to 307. But still, for a rally car, it's extremely rapid. And as I said, the cruising speed under its own power is around 240, 250-ish, which is okay. It's okay enough for the Escudo, but the primary thing is, of course, with NOS. So, if you decide to use this top speed tune, which is extremely quick and far quicker than it is now on Gran Turismo, then obviously I hope you find it fun, and it's definitely a highly competitive car for this track. And if you'd like to keep up with other retro tunes like this, be sure to check out my playlist for Gran Turismo 4 top speed tunes. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.